Okay, now there's 15 to 20 million people out there, people like you that only have 3 months to collect up like the $8,000 a year every year. And listen, your income could be anywhere from $0 to almost $90,000 a year. That's right. And the deadline date now for this year, or you have to wait next year, is February 15th. And actually, it's to pay for your health insurance. That's what's going on. They opened up the time now that you could apply for Obamacare. Well, that's health insurance. That's not Obamacare. That's keeping you alive. And there's so many things in there that people don't realize. And the people that aren't covered yet, these 15 million people that there's more than that aren't covered, but they're what they expect to apply this year. And 50% of those people have no idea that they could get grants to help pay for it. 90% of the people don't even know it's the enrollment period. So tell your friends, people don't have insurance yet, health insurance, tell them about it. Or 2/3 of the people, like 67%, don't know anything about the marketplace out there. So it's a one-stop thing, And actually, it just opened up like last week, and here's the story. It's like, here's a Los Angeles furniture store worker who never had health insurance before, and he found a plan that cost him $75 a month, that covers him and his son, An unemployed accountant down in North Carolina, who tried and failed to sign up last year, I guess because it was so screwed up or whatever, it was difficult, found coverage this year for $11.75 a month. $11, she's covered, Or a self-employed house contractor in West Palm Beach found a plan that cost them nothing, zip. Zero, nada. So that's why you have until the 15th of February to sign up. Now, if you want coverage by January 1, that's probably the soonest you get coverage. You have to apply by December 15th. So that's to apply by December 15th. To get coverage on January 1. Otherwise, you have until February 15th to start getting coverage. And there were 7 million people last year who got coverage. So, that's everybody complains about Obamacare, and, that's most political stuff. Most important thing is that people get care. There's we live in the richest country in the world, and we have 50 million people that didn't have insurance. And this is plugging away. We got 7 to 10 million people. You see a lot of different data. Last year they got it. There'll probably be another amount this year. And that people that coverage, because when you don't have coverage, you don't take care of yourself. You wait, and put off going to the doctor, and that won't be the problem anymore. And this year, there's actually more choice plans. So you have more choices to make. There's more insurance companies offering their plans, because it's a deal for insurance companies. The government is paying for you to have insured. Say before, the insurance companies only wanted people who weren't sick, because that's how they made money. So sick people, and people really needed insurance, they charge outrageous fees. So they can't do that anymore. That ball game's over. But now what they're doing to placate the insurance company, giving them money for the other people. And actually, the premiums are actually declining this year. And it depends on where you live, and there's all kinds of funny things that it's a complicated system already. And if you have insurance from last year, what they're saying now, go back on the exchanges, because you could probably get a better deal. There's a lot of people looking now because there's more programs, more plans that suit you better, and you'll save some money. And they say that like 48% of the people who don't have insurance will get a subsidy, get that grant money to help pay for that. Now, one of the important things I think about having coverage is you don't pay for preventive services. So like anybody now, you could get alcohol counseling. So, you have trouble drinking or something, that's free. That's a preventive service. Aspirin use, you can go get consultation for that. You see, if you should be doing that, for your heart problem, high blood pressure screening. This is all free stuff. They can't pay you they can't charge you a copay or co-insurance or any of those little tricky things that try to get more money from you. Cholesterol screening, free. Cancer screening, free. Depression screening. you don't think oh man, you're feeling lousy and you don't know why or whatever. Well, you could go there and get that evaluated by an expert and do it for free. Diabetes screening. Do I have diabetes or not? You know, I'm not eating well, I'm overweight, whatever. Diet counseling. You know, don't go to some infomercial, get some new quick fix diet thing. Go to a professional, and because that is free, you get that coverage, and you're paying $10 a month, or even if it's $100 a month, what the heck? You have full coverage, HIV screening, all these obesity screening and counseling. You're worried about weight, tobacco use screening. How are you going to quit smoking tobacco again? Because that's a big problem. And then there's special preventive services just for women. Breast cancer, mammographies, breastfeeding support and counseling. So you have a baby and you're worried about that. Cervical cancer screening, contraception, that's all free. No matter what they're arguing about on Capitol Hill about that, it is free. Domestic and interpersonal violence screening and counseling. You're in a relationship that you're thinking, there's violence involved. Well, you can get free counseling for that kind of thing. And look at it, goes on. Gonorrhea screening, HIV, osteoporosis screening, sexually transmitted disease infection counseling, urinary tract infection, and well woman visits. Well woman, that's to keep you well. You go get a visit, you get a physical. See, physicals are free. And you don't pay a nickel for that. And that's what's so neat about this. We have people, now that have insurance. They come, the cost of insurance in this country is double most, developed countries, and that's another issue. The important thing that people who don't have it get it, because what we're happening, see, in this society, we say, okay, you could show up in the emergency room and pay, and that's the most expensive thing in a country to do. So now we're trying to get smart, so people who don't have it, they do the last resort and show up in an emergency room, and we all pay that, and we're paying more for that for anything. And don't forget, you could be making up to like $95,000 and still get a grant. Money to help you pay for your health care. Wow! I mean, what a deal. So there's that kind of help out there. You have to know about it and go to healthcare.gov. That's the place. Healthcare.gov and start the process there. Apply early, apply often, or whatever it takes. There's local help. You go on that site and they'll show you your local exchange and local numbers. Here's an 800 number if you need help, even because you can't get on a web or something like that. 800-318-2596, 800-318-2596. Start the process. You already have coverage from last year. Go back, look at the programs again, because there are people now going back, hey, I could save another $50, $100 a month or whatever on that. Or if your income has changed or whatever, make sure you get that in the system, because that maybe the government will pay more this year, than they did last year. Give you an extra, 50 grand or 200,000 a year. I'm not 200,000, 20,000. No, $2,000 a year. To pay for the premium. So it's all there. It takes some effort, but it's learning a system. More and more things are going to be on the internet. That's the way life is going to live. And if you don't know now, contact one of the local offices. You can walk in and they will help you. I've been through a lot of these offices. Very nice people that are trained in this. They sit down with you and go step by step, and the help is out there. So that's Obamacare, healthcare.gov.